After getting beat down 2 games in a row and losing home court advantage, you have no choice but to step up to the bully and show them that you just won't keep getting knocked down. After some poor performances from the Denver Nuggets, they bounced back in a tremendous way, beating the Timberwolves by 27 points and were connecting on all cylinders. In Game 3, the Nuggets shot 53% from the field and 48% from deep and knocked down 85% of their shots from the line, while they held the Timberwolves to 43% shooting from the field and 30% from 3, and the Wolves only sunk 72% of their shots from the stripe. When you watch the Nuggets operate, you can see that they were all in sync, ready to snatch that W, as whenever they were able to get 2 feet in the paint, the ball movement was fluid as the Wolves had to scramble to find the open man, and after some unselfish play, the ball ends up in the right spot and the 3-ball drops. Just making the defense pay for every mistake, KCP cuts backdoor on Conley to receive the pass, so now with 3 Minnesota defenders closing in on him, this pass to the corner forces Gobert to close out hard, Cat himself has a long closeout to get to Brown, and the bucket from downtown is pure. I've always stated that the Nuggets offense is based off ball movement and chemistry, because when you get multiple guys to touch it and collapse the defense, it opens up these wide open looks, and trust me, if Gordon is knocking these down, it can cause many problems. All series, the Timberwolves have been going under the screen or leaving Gordon open, so if he can continue to pull up with confidence, it'll uplift his team completely. Just referring back to what I said earlier, this whole team was locked in all night, so when they run this triangle action here, MPJ is supposed to screen for Reggie Jackson and pop out to the top, but since Alexander Walker is playing up high to cheat the play, this is where you have the option to slip the screen cut into the basket, and with no one contesting him, this bucket inside is easy for MPJ. During the first 2 games, we saw these times where the Wolves would take away the signature play the Nuggets run for the Aaron Gordon lob by stunting at Jokic and getting back. So now instead of Murray immediately throwing it over the top to Jokic off the screen, Murray is going to push further towards the basket, allowing Jokic to get deep in the paint. This now makes Cat fully commit to Murray. Jokic is now further in the paint, so Rudy has no choice but to fully commit to him or give up a floater. So now instead of an alley-oop, it's a simple pass over the top to Gordon for the slam. Just so we can all see that this isn't a one-off thing, you'll see Murray pull Anderson out far away from the basket after this pick and roll, so with Cat being the only big that can contest Jokic, he ends up leaving Brown in that dunker spot uncovered, and for Jokic, this pass is just routine. It wasn't really about the Nuggets not being able to use this play, it was simply about them finding another way to make it effective. So for those times where Murray comes off the screen and the backline defender and Jaden McDaniels is sliding over to take away the lob, instead of forcing the lob or a contested layup, he uses that audible option to kick it out to Michael Porter Jr. in the corner, and trust me, it's fatal to leave a shooter like him wide open. If you pay close attention to the game, you can see that it was a focal point to play with more aggression and pace for the Nuggets, as on this possession here, you'll hear Coach Malone yell "go, go, go" to Michael Porter Jr. so he'll attack the rack. And once he gets to his destination, he's met with contact and is awarded 2 shots at the line. The only way for you to truly beat your bully is to meet them with the same aggression while picking up the pace. So when you see Jokic pushing the ball up the floor quickly, which isn't his normal playstyle, this is simply so the defense can't get fully set, and with that slight bump and decel on his way to the rack, this float over the top of Gobert is just beautiful. Trust me, the Nuggets weren't wasting no time getting into their looks, just playing hot potato with the ball, and when it ends up in a fearless shooter's hands, we already know the outcome. Now, like we talked about the Nuggets switching up how they get into the signature pick and roll lob action, well, they also switched up where they ran that standard 2-man action with Jokic and Murray, and to say it was effective would be an understatement. When Murray and Jokic initiate that pick and roll going towards an empty sided corner, this makes the big have to stick with Murray or the guard has to fight over the top of the screen, so now either the pass to Jokic will be wide open, or with Murray's shot creation, he can just rise up and knock it down. When running it here, you can see that the only 2 players on this right side of the floor is Murray and Jokic, so when Murray runs off the screen, he ends up pulling both defenders towards him, so now it's an easy wrap pass that goes through the legs of Naz Reid, and Jokic just beats Cat with a high arcing floater. This becomes so effective because with Murray being able to run off towards the rim, the only helpman is Cat in this situation, so he has to play honest. And Anthony Edwards doesn't want the switch to happen, so he's going to play up high to be ready to fight over the screen. So now Murray can attack down the middle of the floor getting the advantage on Edwards, Rudy is just a step too slow getting to the rim, and Murray slides past for the layup. But hey, it doesn't always have to be off a pick and roll where Jokic and Murray initiate this 2-man action, as when the double is being shown to Jokic, he's wasting no time sending the pass away. So now with Ant having to close out, this slight up fake allows Murray to blow past, he then feeds Reid the hezzy to get to his spot on the floor, and this fadeaway is straight, hold on. Everybody say it with me, this fadeaway is straight cash. I'm telling you, the name of the game was go, 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 as the Nuggets were finding their opportunities to get a bucket and were wasting no time when capitalizing. Even if it wasn't Jokic and Murray using that empty-sided pick and roll, Murray could work with Brown to get downhill, and with him collapsing the defense, it leaves Holiday wide open in the corner, and it's a straight money ball. That slower-paced offense was on the back burner for the Nuggets, as once they scanned the floor and found their opening, the attacks were relentless and the touch was elegant. With Murray finally being in the zone, if you played drop coverage when he came off these screens, well, the 3-ball would be buried immediately. When he could create space for himself in that in-between area, it doesn't matter if 1, 2, 3 Minnesota defenders are around him, he was locked in just rising up for the jumper. And with McDaniels having 3 fouls at this point, Murray knew he could be even more aggressive when looking for his shot, and this fadeaway is just tough. When you're playing against an aggressive Minnesota team, when they know you're a main scorer, they're gonna gun at you to get the ball out your hands, so you have to be quick with your decision making and find the open man for the clean look. Not only do you have to be ready on offense, but on defense, you have to make adjustments and not let Anthony Edwards just carve you up like he did in Game 1 and Game 2. In those games, Ant was able to come off the screen and just rise up for jumpers. He could ISO out one of your guys and put the bucket on their head, and at any time he decided, he could get to the paint and finish with ease. So with the Nuggets getting tired of getting smacked in their face, they made some adjustments to slow down this offense, and it truly worked in their favor. Instead of playing drop coverage off these screens, Jokic was hedging a lot harder to make sure Ant couldn't just pull up for the jumper. So now with Edwards having to find the open man, Holiday is able to take away the roll, launch back out to the 3-point line, and get a good contest on his Naz Reid 3-point attempt. If Edwards had a side cleared out for him to attack, well, you would see the defense sink in on him to make things more uncomfortable, and now the hands of Brown make this layup even more difficult. All night, the Nuggets would be ready to stop the Edwards drive by loading up in the middle of the floor, making him change directions, and with no room to breathe or a decent look at the rim, Edwards is forced to kick the ball out, and this 3-pointer from the corner clinks off the rim. I'm serious, the Nuggets made it difficult for Ant to get into any rhythm, just hounding him on these drives turning defense into offense as they went on to steal Game 3 on the Timberwolves home court. With momentum now in the Nuggets' favor, will these adjustments be enough to take Game 4, or will the Wolves bounce back to go up 3-1? Me and you both will be watching these games close to see what happens, as this series has been exciting to say the least. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and make sure you turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.